and a Montessori research in the Bhagamaitana, EDUPARK MMI Teachers Training Institute. And I must call it the best one. About a particular the manager and the one friend and the principal Susan Matthew, that's right. And you belong to Kottayam, right? That's right. But the language also we can make out a bit of it. Okay, Montessori Poraman Kirka Ulule Karangi, Cheluko. Jivida Padipikana, education system on Montessori. English principle of the education and knowledge theory known is a drop and unknown is an ocean. So I came to get more knowledge about it, and we will get more information from this training institute. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, right. Hello sir, and good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, this is my environment that I teach my students. As I was saying, the Montessori environment is divided into 5 areas. We have the practical life, the sensorial, the language, the mathematics, and the cultural subjects. Now here the practical life activities are the first activities that I introduce to child, because it's already, these materials are known to the child. The child has seen bowls and glasses and jugs at home. So we always move from the known to unknown.
Yeah, the educational theory, from known to unknown.
And from concrete to abstract.
Yeah, that's right.
So in each of the activities, we have a lot of aims hidden in it.
Okay.
So here it is just transferring beans with a spoon from one bowl to another, and later on back. Now in this, the child mainly is learning how to hold a spoon and how to use it. And then his pincer grip, which is helping him hold the pencil later. Concentration, which is very important for learning. Then always we move from left to right and top to bottom. If you look at this, there are 2 bowls here. We will fill the first one, top one first, and then the bottom one.
Okay.
So the left to right, top to bottom is both for reading and writing. Because most languages follow this directionality.
Okay.
So we have different types of bowls here, 2 equal, 2 unequal, 3 equal, 3 unequal. Similarly, we have something called dry pouring. So since wet pouring is a complex activity, we introduce pouring as a dry pouring first with beans and jugs. And the same thing we replicate here, wet pouring, where the child is more confident now to hold the jug and to pour. And these are the wet pouring activities. And there are innumerable aims to it, which is not within the scope of today's discussion. Right? Okay. Then
so Maria Montessori explained in the same order? First practical life, then sensorial.
Absolutely. But not that the whole practical life is over.
That's true.
Because we have in this...
It is only a miniature, we can say.
No.
A small part
what I want
of
to say is these 4 shelves are for children of 2.5-year-old. Okay. So after that we have 2.5-year-old activities in the sensorial. So it's not that in the training center we will teach them this way. But in the schools we will give 2.5-year-old activities here, then 2.5 there, and wherever. Then we come to the 3-year-old activities and go on like that. So we don't complete with the child the entire area. Because you will find that the later activities, if you can see the chopsticks there, that's quite a difficult activity. So that is much later introduced to the child. So then there are clips.
So I have one doubt regarding when somebody starts a Montessori school or house of children, whatever you call it, they will have to have a lab like this? Or it is according to their affordability?
Depends. It's according to their affordability, because nobody is insisting that they should have everything. And even
it is better if they have a...
if you can afford it, it's excellent. And then if there are money constraints, you can get your materials made
Yeah,
okay? And even Maria Montessori didn't have such perfect materials in the beginning. Now we have precision materials.
I see. Okay.
Made very perfectly. So initially she didn't start out with that.
Yeah.
So many schools use simple materials.
Okay.
So homemade materials.
I was told that some of the materials you can make locally and all that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And you will not get the precision that you're getting from a place called Kiddo.
Yeah.
But then it's enough to start the child on his journey.
Yeah.
Here we have the folding and unfolding of napkins, different types they are. Paper folding and opening and closing of bottles, the wrist development, and nuts and bolts, everything that is related to life. She says education is an aid to life. So also we have a few group activities where the children clean the place, or they learn to clean a mirror.
I used to say one sentence: education is for the satisfaction of needs.
Absolutely, it's an aid to life. Absolutely. It's an aid to life. So here we have different dressing frames where the children learn how to, open the zip or open the buttons and close them. The frames are simple to complex. You can see the bow frame there, and then the lace frame there. So buckle frame is also there. Velcro is also there.
Okay.
So it's we want the child to be independent.
Okay.
Because the child also wants to be independent.
He should.
So here we come to the sensorial area. Now
all five senses are
absolutely all five
covered.
Senses. Yes, absolutely. So here the visual sense is the perception of dimension. We have the knob cylinders, we have pink towel, we have the broad stairs, the red rods, and then we have some knobless cylinders.
This is pink towel, isn't it?
This is pink towel. So in each of that you can see there is a 10 components. So therefore the child understands indirectly, the concept of the decimal system. Preparation. Not yet understood, but then when he goes to decimal system, this has laid the foundation. Decimal system is based here. Okay, then here we have the color tablets, three boxes. They are closed, of course. Where all the different colors are shown to the child. It's not just for the child to learn the names of the colors, but to make out how to see the difference between the discriminate the colors, right?
Okay, fine.
Okay. So then here this is the touch boards, which is very much important.
The sense of touch.
Sense of touch. And we have fabrics here and different materials. Okay.
Rough, soft, sort
absolutely. And then different cotton and wool and things like that. Then we have what is called a very interesting activity, which is called the barrack tablets, where the child feels tablets. Tablets are of different weight, and the child is asked which one is heavier.
Heavier and lighter. Okay.
So temperature, everything is there. Everything for the five senses, taste, and we have interesting sound boxes. The cylinders have different sounds. Okay? And we have two sets of boxes where the child can match them. Okay, and later on grade them. Then we have geometry introduced in the form of a presentation tray with three basic shapes, triangle, square and circular introduced. And then here we have a geometric cabinet with a lot of drawers with circles, rectangles, triangles, polygons. This is quadrilaterals. And finally curved. So for that we have cards also. First we have. This is not kept too. It's first we have the thickly outlined cards. I'm sorry that it is all mixed up.
It's all right.
The thickly outlined cards are present to the child first, then the the solid ones first, then the thickly outlined, and finally the thinly outlined.
Yeah.
Okay, the child learns how to place it on that. Then we have little bit of solids. The child feels and learns the names of the shapes. Then there are some constructive triangles. And here we have tessellation boxes, more about geometry and design. And very interesting, these are the boxes called the binomial cube and the trinomial cube.
Okay.
Everything's out of place. Okay. Here we start the language area. The language is divided into 3. Maria Montessori has not divided the language into 3. But MMI has chosen that. So in the pink scheme, what we have is 3-letter phonetic words.
You call it pink stream?
Pink scheme.
Yes, coloring.
It's all 3-letter phonetic words.
Achha.
It has to be phonetic, not just 3-letter, because we can't use a word like sky because sky is not phonetic. We have the sandpaper letters where the child traces and learns the shapes. Then we come to the blue scheme where we have 4 or more letter words, but they are phonetic, still phonetic, but they might contain blends like FL for flag. And after the blue scheme we have some grammar. Then we introduce the green scheme. Green scheme is all about phonograms, where the combination of single letter sounds different. So here we have. So here you can see this. The word scout.
I see.
So OU is having a new sound now. Ow. So all the words will have OU here in this. It will be in red. And the rest of the word is phonetic. And we have the pictures also corresponding to that. And here we have some letter, this is called small alphabet box. So the child can make, we have one box in green and one box in yellow, where the child can...
these are also letters?
Yes.
Okay.
So all these words that you see on the top and the boxes, those are the words the child makes using these letters. And the phonograms are taken out from yellow and the remaining from green. So like that the child embarks in all the 3 areas. She embarks from words to sentences. Okay, so we have sentence cards here. In all 3 areas there are sentence cards. And then we have story booklets. The story booklet will contain only 1 phonogram. The rest of the words will be phonetic. And then we have the non-phonetic grammar. We come to the maths. It's the most beautiful part of Montessori, I feel. It's very, very logical. So here we have what is called the number rods. There are 10 in number. And here the beautiful thing about this rod is when the child is given, say, this is done on a table, not here, 1, 2, then the child can actually count 2 in this. Whereas if you are using just counters, for example, I'll just show you this. If I teach initially the child 1, 2, then she says 2 also looks just like 1. So why should I say 2? So here the idea is very clear with the different rods. Of course, then later on we move on to the abstract. So these are again the sandpaper numerals where the child will trace and learn the shape, just like the sandpaper letters in language. Okay. So all this preparation is done right from sensorial, where they're learning the rough and smooth.
Rough and smooth,
So here we have 6 groups. First we introduce the numbers 1 to 10 to a child. The first 2 shelves for that. Then we introduce the decimal system, where is the power of 10. This is a very beautiful material. I just show you this. This is 1 unit. This is 110.
Yeah.
You can count 10 units in that.
Yeah.
This is 100.
Yeah.
You can count 100 in that. And this is 1000.
Yeah, okay.
So in this way, the child understands this very beautifully, the power of 10.
Okay.
So in the maths, we always go from concrete to abstract.
Yeah.
So first we introduce the concrete materials, and later on the abstract materials. You can see down all the number cards. Okay.
In education also we said we should start from concrete, then to abstract.
Absolutely. And then we go on ahead when we teach the child the remaining linear counting from 19 to 99. There are different types of materials called Sigan board. This again was made by a French doctor, Dr. Sigan, much before.
Yeah.
So Marie Montessori did borrow material from others.
Yeah.
And this is Sigan board B.
Yeah.
So the child learns 11 to 99. And later on, 1 to 100 is counted with a 100-beat chain, and 1 to 1000 is counted by the 1000-beat chain. Not keep the chain there, the chain is here.
Yeah.
Since that occupies a lot of space, we keep it here.
Yeah, okay.
But the child has label cards where the child will place it.
Yes.
Then they have the decimal system operations where they learn to add and subtract and divide and to multiply.
I see.
Then the same things, these decimal system operations, we do it with different materials because different children might be attracted to different kind of materials.
Okay.
So here we have small number rods, just like the large number rods, but here they're doing addition and subtraction. Then we have beads for all these things. Then we have what is called the boards. Addition board, subtraction board, and multiplication board. And finally, we have the individual sums where the child has the entire 4 sums written on a. I'll show that. See. 4 sums written on one sheet. And the child is shown how to do the sums, and later on check the answer with the answer card.
Okay.
So as I told you, we never correct the child. The child, all the materials have the control of it.
Okay. Any of the curiosity increases just because of this?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's a must for
and
education.
it satisfies the child's need to learn.
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, we have the cultural subjects. In cultural subjects, when we tell the trainers, maths and language are also part of cultural subjects.
Everything
but
is
since they are advanced in their own, we keep them separate. And here we have zoology, the study of animals, botany, the study of plants. Then we have geography. The beautiful thing here is, Marie Montessori says, and rightly so, that the child views something in its entirety, then in the palm. In its parts. So here we start with the globe, and then we go to the different continents. Then we go to different countries, and land and water forms. And this is what we have in the training center, but you can add much more in the school.
Because the lab, there is a limitation to contain everything.
Correct.
Yeah. But according to the principle, we can expand.
Right. In the schools, we have to.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Good.
So then we have some maps here which the child works with. And here we have what is called the history. History is not what was here, but it's about the passage of time.
Yeah.
So the child learns how to read the clock and how to. We have a material which shows what the child does. Wake up at 6 o'clock, brush teeth, whatever. The timeline of the child's life. Then learns about days of week, months of the year, and finally we give the child the prehistoric story of mankind. And we have this material with different colors. You can see that. And each color will represent an era. And we have pictures. So the teacher will tell the story, and the child will place the pictures accordingly as the teacher says.
Okay.
So this is our...
in brief.
That's right, in brief.
Yes. Okay. Okay, I mean, it's very sad, administrative part, technical academic part. Administrative side, situations, teachers, operations.
First level, MMI deep report MMI all over India and all over the world is top 5 in the content. I understand they were deep by Padicam, other merit Arano, either DG under the operation of management system. Pangan, Madam, very 100% Paka, Merited stand interview. Around 15 years experience in Master Carolina Arcade. In the research of the other Master would academic plan first administration begin first other 100% experience admitted. That's why our part, academic part, 100% admin part. In a second one, 100% material. 100% academic experience teachers, I would select them. I would 100% select the Kenyan nation. I would ever know it is pretended. It is Bangalore, Fido, and Fido. All over India, and company and company Bangalore, Fido. That's better. Our country, our material, our own material. I say, Chinese own material, purchase. A purchase is അങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് ഒരു പരസ്യം കൊടുക്കാതെ ഫസ്റ്റ് ലെവൽ തന്നെ ഒരു പരസ്യം കൊടുക്കാതെ നമ്മൾ എങ്ങനെ കുട്ടികളെ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് ആകർഷിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പം മൗത്ത് പബ്ലിസിറ്റിയാണ് നമ്മുടെ ബെസ്റ്റ് പബ്ലിസിറ്റി. അങ്ങനെ ഫസ്റ്റ് അഡ്മിഷൻ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് 45 സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് ഇവിടേക്ക് അഡ്മിഷൻ വന്നു. അത് മാഡം അത് ഏറ്റെടുത്തു. അവർ വളരെ ഭംഗിയായിട്ട് പുറത്തേക്ക് ഒരു ബാച്ച് അതിന്റെ കോൺവെക്കേഷൻ നമ്മളിപ്പോ അവരുടെ കോൺവെക്കേഷൻ ഇപ്പോൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ മാസം നമ്മുടെ MLA ഒക്കെ വന്നിട്ട് ഡൽഹിയിൽ നിന്നും ഒക്കെ ആളുകൾ വന്നിട്ട് അത് കോൺവെക്കേഷൻ രണ്ട് ബാച്ച് ഇറങ്ങി. മൂന്നാമത്തെ ബാച്ച് ഇറങ്ങി. നാലാമത്തെ ബാച്ച്.
ടീച്ചേഴ്സ് പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്ന ടീച്ചേഴ്സ്
പല ഭാഗത്തുനിന്നുള്ളതാണ്. ഒരാള് കോഴിക്കോട് നിന്നുള്ള ആളുണ്ട്. മാഡം ഹെഡ് ഓഫ് ദി ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റ് പിന്നെ സംവിധാനങ്ങളുണ്ട് കാലിക്കറ്റ്. പിന്നെ ഇവിടെ പഠിച്ചിറങ്ങിയ ആളുകളും പിന്നെ മറ്റുള്ള ജില്ലയിലേക്ക് ഇതിന്റെ ദൗത്യത്തിക്കുന്നതിന് ഭാഗമായിട്ട് ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസി കൊടുക്കാനുണ്ട്. ആ ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസി
കേരള സ്റ്റേറ്റ് ഒന്നായിട്ട് ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസി കൊടുക്കാനുള്ള റൈറ്റ്
ആദ്യം നമ്മൾ ഈ EDUPARKിലേക്ക് ട്രെയിനിങ് സെന്റർ വാങ്ങുകയും EDUPARK ട്രെയിനിങ് സെന്റർ 100% ഫിറ്റായി ക്ലിയറായി എല്ലാവരും ഹാപ്പിയാണ് എന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കിയ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ അത് നമ്മൾ ഈ കേരളത്തിന് മൊത്തം ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസി എടുക്കാനുള്ള ശ്രമം. ആ ശ്രമത്തിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ അപ്ഡേഷൻ നടത്തുകയും അതിന്റെ ഫോളോ അപ്പ് കൃത്യമായിട്ട് ഒരു 3 ഇയർ ഫോളോ അപ്പ് നടത്തുകയും അതിന്റെ കേരളത്തിന്റെ മൊത്തം ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസി കിട്ടുകയും ആ ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ഇവിടെ ഓൾ ഓവർ കേരള എല്ലാ ഡിസ്ട്രിക്റ്റിലും മീറ്റിംഗ് വിളിച്ചു, മാനേജ്മെന്റ് മീറ്റിംഗ് വിളിച്ചു. അതിൽ കൃത്യമായിട്ട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ധരിപ്പിച്ചു. ഇപ്പോൾ ഏകദേശം 7-8 ജില്ലയിലേക്ക് നമ്മൾ ഇതിന്റെ ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസി വ്യാപിക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് കൊടുത്തു. അങ്ങനെ ഇപ്പം തന്നെ കണ്ണൂർ, കാലിക്കറ്റ്, കോഴിക്കോട്, വയനാട്, മലപ്പുറം, തൃശ്ശൂർ, കോട്ടയം, ആലപ്പുഴ.
അരീക്കോട് പെർഫെക്റ്റ്
മലപ്പുറം ജില്ലയിൽ നമ്മൾ ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസി കൊടുത്ത സ്ഥാപനം. Okay.
That's good. The only thing I can do is I wish you all the best.
Yeah.
Wish you all the best. Okay. Anyhow, see, I have also been a researcher. I did my MSW and all that. So I have been after this system. Okay. So I know Montessori is the best, but internally I have seen, this much the perfect one here on. I visited 1 or 2 other labs. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for giving me your time.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Sending my kid into the ordinary KG school. Why should I send my child to a Montessori school? Yeah.
So, first and foremost, in the Montessori, we respect the child.
Okay.
It is not done in any other place.
Okay.
Though in traditional schools we say it is child-centric,
Yeah.
but it is not, because we all know
they're just going on.
it is the teacher who decides what is the curriculum.
Yeah.
Teacher is the main person, so child is not the main. It's not child-centric, absolutely.
Okay.
Now here we don't focus only on the intellectual development of the child.
Okay.
Here we focus on the all-round development when we talk about the personality.
Yeah.
Now, a child between 0 and 6 years of age, that is the time when he constructs his personality.
Yeah.
Not just his personality, but the personality of the adult he is going to be.
Okay.
So,
He's a miniature of that.
absolutely. But see what happens is whatever is there in the environment, bad or ugly,
they copy it.
everything is absorbed.
Yeah,
It's just not copied, it's absorbed.
That's why she wrote the book absorbent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's absorbed into the child, and not just absorbed, it incarnates himself in him. Meaning it becomes part of the child's personality.
Okay.
So all the negative things, positive things, as I said, good, bad, or ugly, everything becomes part of the, not just child's personality, the adult's personality.
Okay.
So, and it is proven even now that by the age of 3, the child already sets down the foundation of the personality of the adult. And by 6, it's almost 99%.
Yeah, and it's a branch of psychology known as transition analysis psychology. It says the same thing. Whatever the child gets to the age of 6 and half, something like that, that decides his future.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It is in TS psychology.
So, Montessori said this more than 100 years before.
Okay, that's it.
So, she said it not because she just sat and thought about it.
Yeah.
It's because she worked with children and learned from them. She says, what the children taught me.
Yeah.
So, all that we know about the child today through Montessori is because she said she learned from the child, because she worked with the child in atmosphere of freedom, where the child can really get
another principle is freedom to the child.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, when we think of a seed, let's talk of the very simple chakra.
Yeah.
It develops, if you plant it and you give it the correct environment, it develops into a plant, and then finally into the tree, it bears fruit. We don't have to teach that.
Okay.
So why can't we believe the same for the child? The child is holding within himself the entire blueprint of the man he is supposed to be.
That's right.
So
I think Montessori believed that our present home is not safe for the children. So she started House of Children. Like, no, not that way.
It's not like that.
Yeah.
She said education is the way to life.
Yeah.
So it's not a school with classrooms and books and things like that.
Okay.
It should be a home.
Yeah.
So children should learn how to wash vessels, how to scrub vessels, or whatever in the home. You know, to make some sandwiches or make some fruit juice or tend to plants. All these things are part of education. So the education is way to life. Even buttoning one's own shirt or combing one's own hair. So if I know all about the stars and galaxies and I don't know how to button my shirt or how to tie my shoelace,
True.
it's inefficient. Right?
Yeah.
So she had this all-round perception of the development.
There are 5 or 6 areas also.
5 areas in Montessori. Montessori there are 5 areas. But what I was saying is a personality has 5 aspects. We talk about the physical aspect, the emotional aspect, the social aspect, the spiritual aspect, and finally the cognitive aspect. So if the first 4 aspects develop without any problem, that is, I'm talking about the physical, the emotional, the social, the spiritual, then automatically the 5th, which is the development of intelligence, falls in place. Okay. Because the child is born with an ability to construct intelligence. It's not like the animals who depend on instincts. The The child has the ability to construct his intelligence, and that is constructed by him taking in the things around him. From the time the baby is born, all the 5 senses kick into action, and the child is experiencing what is there in the world around him, and that's how he learns.
It is known as, I think, sensorial education sort of thing.
One area is sensorial. That's why, yes, very important.
Yeah, the 5 senses, it's very important. We enjoy through senses. We get knowledge also through these senses.
Yes, absolutely.
So it should be sharpened at the earliest.
Exactly. Because later on it won't happen.
Okay. Yeah.
So that is why she devised this method.
Yeah. No, I don't know whether I'm remembering correct or not. Actually, Montessori was a modern medicine doctor, and she started for mentally retarded people. Then she found out that this is equally applicable to normal students too. Is it that way?
Yeah, actually it's like that. She worked with mentally retarded children, and she first when she went there, she was surprised to see how they treated like criminals actually. So she brought in all the changes, and then she took it upon herself to teach them something. Also, there were some materials made by previous French doctors, which she found out, read about it, and things like that. And she worked with these children. And in those days, the examination was in the state. It was not a school examination, like it was one examination for all. So she got her children also to this, what we call idiots. So now we call them differently able children. They also wrote the examination, and they equal the scores as of the normal children.
I see.
So this is we're talking about.
Actually, it was a discovery of the child. I think she has a book by that time, isn't it? Yeah, that book.
She has written so many books, and if you read her books, you can never not know what Montessori is.
Yeah. Okay.
People just have superficial knowledge; they just do a course and something like that. But when you read her books and how in detail she has given everything, then you know exactly how to conduct a Montessori school. Or as we say,
and up to which standard it can go.
It can go. It's a method, so it can go up to 12 even. I mean, there are schools.
Is there any school in India who has the Montessori
we
system up to that level?
We have a school in Bangalore, which is called Namashala. It's run by a lady called Reddy. So in 2010, she had, I think, till class 10 years. I visited the school. I know. So later on, 2 more years.
So we can go to the upper level.
Absolutely.
And there's a wrong notion that it is only the KG level sort of thing.
No, it's not. Because once a child becomes 6 years old, that's what we call, in foreign countries it's called elementary education, here we call it primary education. So at that time, the children are little research scholars. They decide what they want to research on, and they work in little groups. Because the 6-year-old child is very wants his friends. His social aspect is very strong. So he wants to work with friends, and so instead of little groups of 5 or 6, that the children work together, and they discover and they find out things, and they make a little pieces.
No, I think somebody told me there should be no injections. There should be only permissions. Is it correct? It is regarding freedom, I think. Students should do whatever they want to do. Isn't it? Is it that way?
But when we talk about the 2.5 to 6-year-old child, there we say that the children have to be shown how to do the activity. Because they are in the process of developing the intelligence. Right? So they have to be shown how to do the activity, and the child will do the activity along with the teacher, beside the teacher once. And when the teacher says it's okay, then she says okay, you can.
Suppose if the student is not doing anything, what are you going to do?
You let him be, because remember, see, that's an arbitrary place.
Some students
because the child is a human child with the ability to construct intelligence. You might find that even a puppy might not sit still, like he might want to discover so many things. So a human child may see in Montessori, if the child is sitting by himself, we don't disturb him, because we know he will come back to the materials. Because the materials are designed in such a way that it involves the mind and the body of the child together. And that is the need of the child. So when the child works with the mind and body together, his personality is being
what you call, these apparatus and materials, all these things are invented or discovered, whatever it is, by Montessori only. Is there any latest addition to that?
After Montessori, her son Mario added many more.
Okay.
In fact, some.
Yeah, I will see that.
Some of the materials which we have, like a trinomial cube, it was not part of the 2.5 to 6-year-old child's activity. But when Mario Montessori had our schools, even the children were not segregated completely. So the 2.5 to 6 and 6 to 12, they could move into each other's environments. And these little children would go there and see the older children work and pick up the material and start working. That's how she brought those materials to the 2.5-year-old, the first level.
No, there is one aspect of this education, learning disorder. Is it treated in the system? What you call dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, dyspraxia, sort of things. Is that thing is addressed in Montessori or?
No, it will be overcome if the teacher is patient. It all depends on the teacher. How she, if she says, that doesn't work. Because we never correct the child. Why? Because the materials contain the control of error. So materials are made in such a way that if the child is making an error, immediately you can find it out. The teacher does not have to say it's an error. But many of our schools, I've worked in MES and I've seen many schools, the teachers are so caught up with their traditional way of teaching that even when I used to go for inspection, the children are making a mistake. It's all right because they will find out the error because the materials are made like that. The teachers are so nervous and they say, not that. So we should never try to correct the child. But in these areas, the child is doing like he's hurting somebody or throwing the materials, then the teacher has to intervene, definitely. And because she said there's a very clear demarcation of what is good and what is bad. So that is actually when we talk about the spiritual aspect of the child. We're not talking about the religion, we're talking about what is right and what is wrong.
That is what it means by spirituality.
The teacher should not say today it's okay and tomorrow it's not okay. So what happens if we tell the children the line is bad? But sometimes it happens that somebody comes to see the parent and the parent doesn't want to see the person and tells the child, go and clean that. So there we are giving the child the double thing standard. So the child is confused there. So we should always be careful with children. When we say something wrong, that's wrong.
In that case, teachers also should be trained well.
Very, very well. So it's not just a question of doing a Montessori course. Because I insist on my students all these things. I said you cannot be a Montessori by just studying something like an exam and getting A or whatever. You have to. The spiritual preparation, I want to say, the spiritual preparation of the teacher is the most important.
She used that term?
Absolutely. And she says in the spiritual preparation, first is you have to know, you have to have an interest in humanity. Because you know that today's child is going to be tomorrow's adult.
That's right.
So if you're going to take care of your children today, tomorrow you're going to have a well-balanced society. Right? And then the next is to see the children as individuals. They are not advantageous. They are not nothing less to us. They are individuals in their own right. So we always have to see them like that. So we say yes, it doesn't happen actually. A simple example is when somebody comes to your house and you give them a tea in expensive tea set and she drops it and breaks it. We will say no, that's no problem.
Anyhow, this child is going to be a happy child. I know.
Absolutely.
And happiness is my area of my research. Okay. Now I am going to an institution. We are having an institution known as Calify School where we teach different things. Success education, health education, relationship education, life skill education, and most important, happiness education. And Montessori is also very much.
Very much.
And the slogan I read, Montessori education for peace. I think.
Yes,
I read that.
absolutely.
That's it.
So
can we see the lab?